You are watching CIOTV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Info Media.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is day 2 at JISEC, and I'm at India Pavilion, which has been well represented by DSCI, an initiative of NASCOM, and it is my great fortune that I'm with the man himself, the CEO of DSCI, Mr. Vinayak Godse. Let us hear from him about the initiative of DSCI in India, outside also in this region. I know that you are doing a great job back in India. Now I can see you representing the country and representing the attitude of the country, bringing in so many startups to this region. What is the thought process behind it?
So we know, for the long history that we have as an India IT industry doing phenomenal job in different parts of the globe, and including different geographies like Middle East as well. So probably last 10 years has been quite a good history in terms of what we do in cyber security, solving Indian market and as well as the global market in services. But we also started seeing a lot of momentum and traction with respect to product coming out of India in cyber security space. When we started looking cyber security as an opportunity area in 2013-14, that was very few handful of a security product company, but now we have 300 plus product companies in India now. And they are getting quite a good traction in Indian market. So a lot of private sector plus public sector, now defense organization have been closely working with us to engage with startup on a different use cases. They are trying to take a help of the startup and solving those use cases with this innovation coming from India. So what we thought, as we have got that confidence of solving crucial critical problem that we see in the economy like India, and the kind of scale of problem that we look at and kind of diversity and complexity of problem we look at. So probably we have that confidence to take this innovation to the global platform basically. So the National Center of Excellence that we set up with the help of the Ministry of Electronics and IT had been nurturing this innovation ecosystem for cybersecurity since last 3-4 years of time, plus the overall DSA's work in cybersecurity innovation area. So we thought now is the time for us to now take this innovation to the global market, because cybersecurity for next 7-8 years to 10 years of time will be one of the very critical technology for all the transformation that we'll be seeing from the technology perspective. When we say coming decade is a tech decade, so cybersecurity is probably the fundamental foundational technology which will enable this transition to technology decade.
Absolutely, Mr. Godse. We are seeing lots of startups becoming unicorns, but we have not yet seen anything around cybersecurity from India. Where the momentum is?
Yeah, so if you look at way security ecosystem from technology perspective is evolving, right? Some years back we used to do assurance, assessment, audit, and we all came from such kind of background basically. But last 6-7 years have been very phenomenal in terms of security come to the level where you need to solve the problem in real-time basis. And that real-time basis means you need to look at various different use cases, you need to look at various different establishment, threat landscape, and where exactly digital footprint is being created. So that creates a possibility of a lot of new use cases and requirement of the new innovation for cybersecurity. And because you solve the problem in real-time basis, if you solve at one organization, you can solve it for the multiple organization basically. And the solution is largely endpoint focus. That will increase the footprint of technology quite significantly in millions of endpoint carrying your capability there basically. And that's why we see a lot of unicorns coming out of cybersecurity, because now real-time solving a problem, and that too in a scalable way, creating those kind of fortune for cybersecurity, and that's why we see a lot of unicorns coming in cybersecurity space, especially in the US. We see a lot of unicorns, especially in 2020-21, we have seen almost 31 unicorns came in cybersecurity space. We see that there are definitely some good example in India. One is definitely DROA system, which is also one of the data security and data recovery kind of platform. We have Quickkill, which is scaled to quite significant level. There are quite good companies in India which has come to the scalable level basically. We see some of the story coming in India in short horizon basically. And we'll see some unicorns coming in cybersecurity shortly in the country.
All right, so you are expecting M&As in Indian cybersecurity space as well?
Yeah, so we are seeing that happening already basically. So one current trend looks like the global companies, those who are moving their engineering operations and they are trying to create their own Make in India story, They are increasingly working with Indian startups. One is to integrate the solution, and other parties sometimes they are also coming and acquiring solution. Quali Cisco has been doing that basically. We are also seeing some larger startup is working, larger security company out of India is working with the small companies and trying to integrate solution and sometimes going for acquisition as well. So we, as security itself, is now seeing consolidation as one of the key important trends which is coming in. So we see the kind of good M&A possibility, integration possibility, consolidation possibility in a cybersecurity space that we see in other part of the globe. We'll see that happening in India as well.
All right, Mr. Godse, now India story in India is very interesting to hear. Now, are you able to sell it to the US customers, which is the largest market?
Yeah, some of our startups had been doing that. We had been selling our services to not only US but many other parts of the globe basically. So India's cybersecurity industry is almost $16 billion. Not very well known, but if you compare even Israel, is very competent compared to what Israel earned from the cybersecurity basically. But largely it is a services story basically, and the operation story or some sort of the GCC story basically. So, but now that is changing because the product ecosystem is also evolving in this country, and we see some of the startups are selling in global market as well. There are quite good examples like Seclor, Sectona, then there is a SEP Security, then there is a InstaSafe, there is a somebody like even InSpark and many other companies which are coming and trying to look at that as a market.
All right. Now, what government needs to do, what organizations like you need to do, what organizations like media companies like ours to do, so that we can propel the growth?
Yeah, so one by one we can see like government is certainly doing quite a significant work. This particular national COE is a government contribution, right? It's a financial contribution, also quite a good support, right? And not only the support, the government is also coming up with a lot of policy enablement to create the market for security innovation in a defense, in a government department and PSUs as well. So government also building quite a good equitable policies which are providing quite a good possibilities for startup. That's for the government. Government is also now looking at how do they look at the future of a technology and what can be investment or what can be effort that we could put as a national level in terms of making country ready for that, making innovation ecosystem ready for that. Government do invest quite a significant amount for the research in cybersecurity, and also now there is a definitely thirst for productizing that research as well. And some of the effort that we are putting together in terms of acceleration of technology in a critical technology area, so government has very critical support for those kind of initiatives that we are putting together. Defense is emerging as a good kind of opportunity for us for all the technology that we are looking at. Education wise also government support a lot. But yes, in each of these areas there more need to be done because we see in other part of the globe quite significant support is being provided. Especially deep technology investment ecosystem is still not that conducive in the country. The market is still not that vibrant and agile in terms of adopting new innovation. Third parties, the ability to create those skills and capabilities in the shortest possible time for all the new opportunities that we create is also still needs a lot of kind of augmentation of that effort that we are putting together is from government side. For somebody like DSCI, we are making our plan, like how do we make sure that we optimize or probably realize potential that will be thrown to us from all the technology transition happening in the country from the perspective of digitization that we see, the emerging technology that we see. So we are trying to make a plan and we'll put a lot of effort in that plan basically to realize security as an opportunity area basically on all those transitions that we'll be seeing. Second part is how can we, so there are a lot of interesting research happen in cybersecurity space. How can we productize that research is an effort, so we are taking that as an agenda for DSCI. Creating market is also our responsibility, it's not only government responsibility, we are looking at that. Creating global market for innovation is also a responsibility that we are taking on us basically. Attracting a lot of global innovation, global cybersecurity work to country is also an important thing that we have been taking on heard. Overall health of cyberspace is another important area for us, and we are putting multiple effort in from that perspective. Creating very vibrant community of leaders and community of experts and architects in cybersecurity is an area that we are looking at. So some of these things that we will be need to do more in the country. For media company like you, you need to pick up this as an area. Cybersecurity is certainly now area to be notified or to be acknowledged. It is coming as a big thing in terms of its importance not only for the commercial value creation, but it's also for the role of cybersecurity to national security basically, right? That needs to be recognized by media and probably more attention, more visibility for the work which is happening in the country at national level, international level. So we'll request media to really help us creating that visibility.
Absolutely. The last question I'll be asking you that the pain points of the technologies, the products or the services is the skill sets.
Yeah.
Now because of this dynamism in the cybersecurity, the skill set level is not that optimum. Uh, what we need to do, should we have proper cybersecurity courses integrated into the university courses as well? If so, then what is the thought process? Who is taking the lead? What do we need to do?
Yes, at national level, there are definitely some thinking is going on. There is a Government of India initiative called as a Information Security Education Awareness Program, which provides quite a good impetus to develop a graduate, postgraduate, and more importantly, the PhDs in cybersecurity space. We recently looked at the overall data. Almost 200 plus universities and colleges and institutions have been doing either BTech or MTech or PhD in cybersecurity. So there are quite a good number of universities and institutions in the country which are doing core research in cybersecurity space. But at the same time, the key challenge of the area of cybersecurity is, as I talked about, is a real-time solving problem which is very complex, scalable, dynamic in nature. It's not that easy to really create those capability in a very dynamic way. So dynamism is very important. That's why we need a lot of professional education. That's why we need a lot of lateral skill education as well, because security is still require a lot of lateral thinking, right? So there are a lot of courses and training and education available for entry level of security. So that's what DSA is focusing on. How can we create more architects, more engineers, more strategies, more product development and management guys in cybersecurity space, more people who are able to respond to security attacks basically. So lateral level capability building is another important area that we are focusing on, and we are putting some effort in that area. From the startup ecosystem perspective, we need good engineers, we need good mathematical skill, we need good cryptographers, we need good product architect. Basically, we can design and develop a solution which can be scalable to global platform. We need to bring this entire enthusiasm of AI/ML. We need to attract the engineering mind who are learning AI/ML stack to cybersecurity. So those are efforts that we need to put together.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Godse, for taking time out and speaking to CIOTV.live.
Thank you for having me here, and nice talking to you.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Vinayak Godse, CEO of DSI. Wonderful to meet him and discuss about the whole lot of the roadmap of DSAI and what is there required for India to be leading in the cybersecurity space. With this, I conclude this conversation. Thank you.